2013 was a fairly large year for tech. The Google Glass came out and flopped. Candy Crush was released and became the biggest mobile game ever, and most notably for me, the iPhone 5C was released. I didn't actually realise this, but I had an iPhone 5C lying around, and I thought to myself, can you use this phone in 2024? I'm going to go through my whole day of using it, the pros, the cons, and then my overall verdict about using it. At the start of the day, I thought about setting this up, but it kinda already was from when it was used so many years ago. I did, however, have to put extra contacts in it and download a few apps. So in my experience, it was great.
One of the first things that you notice when picking up this phone is how small it is, and I guess we just get so used to having these massive phones like my 14 Pro in our hands all the time, weighing us down. In fact, I actually measured them with my ruler here. The 14 Pro measured out to a total of 98 centimeters squared, and the iPhone 5 only 50 centimeters squared. This thing was nearly half the size of the 14 Pro. Then, well, I got the scales out. What surprised me most was the actual size and gap between the weights of these phones. The iPhone 5 weighed in at 136 grams and the iPhone 14 around 217. Now if you do some quick maths, that's an 81 gram difference. That's crazy.
After waking up on this Sunday morning, I thought to myself, what am I going to do today? And as any insane person would say, mow the lawn. And then I thought to myself, oh wow, how convenient that I can test the microphones and the background noise cancellation with the iPhone 5.
So I'm just about to go outside and mow the lawn. I'm going to test my phone, the 14 Pro and the iPhone 5's background noise reduction with the lawnmower and see how much it's changed and if the iPhone 5 is usable. Let's go see. Here are the results.
Just for a bit of reference, I also did this with my iPhone 14 Pro. This is how it sounded.
This is me standing just next to the lawnmower. I have the phone about 2 centimeters away from my mouth, and as you can hear, the background noise reduction is certainly there. You can definitely hear my voice.
It sounds great, as well you would expect, but what I wasn't expecting was how good it sounds on the iPhone 5.
This is the audio from the iPhone 5, and actually it's nearly as good as the 14 Pro. I'm really impressed.
I was impressed. This was a shocking outcome. Apple clearly haven't changed much in terms of microphone quality. Then me and my family went out for lunch. I took this with me to take photos. I don't usually take photos and don't really know how you do this, but this is for science. And well, here are the results.
For starters, I had a really nice tomato soup, and then for main course I had the most British thing ever, a Sunday dinner, and then even more British for dessert, a sticky toffee pudding.
I don't know whether it was the low lighting of the place we were eating at, or just the camera quality itself, but I mean, at least the food was good. Malmaison, do recommend. Then, because it was such a lovely day, we went on a walk in the park, and again I took the phone with me and took as many photos as I could. I'll let them scroll past me here. One of the most notable things that I noticed was how hard it is to focus a photo. I spent sometimes 30 seconds trying to get this phone to focus. It doesn't seem so intelligent. In fact, here's my iPhone 14 Pro photo, here's my iPhone 5 photo. There's a big difference. Now yes, obviously the iPhone 5 has an 8 megapixel sensor and the iPhone 14 Pro has a 48 megapixel sensor, but only uses 24 megapixels by default, by the way. So yeah, there is going to be a bit of friction between the two. It's not really a fair test. Then, on coming back home, I played a bit with my cat, which was much fun as usual. Here are the videos. As you can see, there's a little bit of blur, but it's still alright. When it came towards the end of the day, for dinner I had this really nice Arabic soup. I'll leave the name of it down in the comments, go check it out. And then I sat down for a bit of YouTube. But then I came across a bit of a problem. See, the thing is, you could download YouTube, you could get into YouTube, everything seemed fine until you went in and realized it didn't show any videos. You couldn't watch anything. So then I turned to a bit of gaming, and I found out that you can't play Minion Rush. No matter, I played Fruit Ninja and Temple Run 2. Great games. At the end of the day, there was lots to think about. Here are the pros. Well, obviously we've got iMessage and FaceTime. WhatsApp didn't really work. You needed a more updated version of iOS. I can see this being a phone that you would give to an elderly person or someone who doesn't use their phone very much. For cons, well, it's pretty much everything else, to be honest. Photos, video, battery life, it's all quite bad. I think I charged this phone 3 separate times today, but it's just not for anyone who's probably watching this video. However, don't click off now. There is a silver lining. You see, I have a lot of family that lives abroad, and when they come over, they either have to take their phone and put a SIM plan for the UK, which costs a lot of money, or they can use this iPhone 5 for free. They would get all the essentials they need, like texting and calling, when they're not on Wi-Fi, and when they are on Wi-Fi they can use their own phones. This could be used as, well, an emergency. I suppose it could even save one's life. So now we come to the big question. Is the iPhone 5C viable in 2024? My short answer, no. Possibly for elderly people who only need to call and text, and definitely for people coming abroad, but for someone who's not in that scenario, it's just not the phone for you. You'd probably be better going for a cheap Android that has all the latest features and much better battery life and photos than something like the iPhone 5. If you have made it this far through, all the way to the end, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is my first long form video. I'm going to try to improve with every new one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments of what I could do better. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. You're watching Adam Knox Tech. See you later.